Joining me right now is Montana Senator, Finance, Banking, Housing and Urban Affairs, and Energy and Natural Resources Committee member Steve Daines. Senator, it's great to see you. Thanks very much for being here. I want to get your take on now climate change being a leadership topic, part of overall supervision in the banking sector.
Well, those words should be chilling. Talked about climate stress. I heard those words. The stress the American people are feeling is the high price of energy. Look at what this administration has done, shutting down Made in America energy, shutting down the Keystone Pipeline, shutting down coal plants, shutting down the ability for the American people to produce their own energy. It was really the revolution of the American energy industry that has allowed us to keep prices low, to protect us from the Middle East and the dependencies there. The Federal Reserve needs to return to its dual mandate, and that is maximum employment and stable prices. They should stay out of the politics of what's going on in this administration. This Green New Deal politics and ideology of this administration is very, very dangerous to our economy and to our national security.
Well, I mean, at this point, they can't get the Build Back Better agenda through the Senate, so they'll just, I guess, maybe start instituting what they want around it within industry. I mean, is that what this is about? Are they going to start telling the financial services sector to sell fossil fuels, to not do banking for anything related to fossil fuels? Is that where this is going?
Listen, this is a religion for the left. And sadly, it's captured this White House, the Biden administration. I was in a hearing just yesterday in Energy and Natural Resources where they're talking about breaching dams. That will be another huge hit as it relates to the hydropower, the ability for the American people to get reliable, low-cost power. That's a renewable source of energy, for heaven's sakes. And so this is how far left this administration is going. And that is why it's so important we stand here and fight and stop this, and to make sure the Federal Reserve stays within its boundaries and its dual mandate.
Yeah, it's a lot of politicizing across agencies and a lot of politicizing even of our health care. As it relates to COVID. But tell me more about the hearing yesterday. Obviously, you were there. You heard what he said about inflation. We're waiting on the December Consumer Price Index. It'll be out in about 3 minutes. We're expecting to see the highest level of inflation in 40 years, Senator, up 7% year over year. What are your thoughts on the Fed's ability here to handle this transition well and not get markets selling off?
Yeah, well, first of all, I don't envy Jay Powell's job at the moment, is what's going on right now in this economy. We warned the American people. We warned the Biden administration back in January when they took over. Said you cannot launch multi-trillion-dollar borrowed money spending packages. You cannot continue to do that. You cannot continue to shut down Made in America energy. You can't do that without raising prices. You cannot continue to shut down the economy related to vaccine mandates and disrupting the supply chain. You can't do that without having the consequences of higher prices and inflation. One of the trending issues yesterday on Twitter was bare shelves Biden. We're starting to see bare shelves now in grocery stores. And so this was all predicted. We talked about it back in January and February when they first took over. We warned them about this. They just put their heads down and blindly pushed forward with their radical ideologies. And now we have a mess in our hands with inflation. As you said, Maria, the highest in 40 years.
Yeah, and now they're all in on these voting bills. President Biden stomping his chest, yelling yesterday, getting all dramatic in Atlanta, and attacking Republicans because he wants to change the Senate rules, kill the filibuster, and jam through these new election bills that will federalize the election. Your thoughts?
You know, our founding fathers be rolling over in their graves. Our founding fathers had the wisdom to know the state should have a very important role in elections because they feared the centralization of power. They feared a king. They feared Washington, D.C. And like, for example, in Montana, we passed some common sense voting reforms, like requiring a photo ID to vote. Marie, if you want to get on an airplane, you produce a photo ID. You rent a car, a photo ID. You rent a hotel room, a photo ID. You get a deer or hunting license in Montana, a photo ID. It's only common sense. 70% of the American people support that kind of common sense voting reform, making it easier to vote and harder to cheat. The bottom line is this federal takeover elections is about Stacey Abrams and Joe Biden, Nancy Pelosi, Chuck Schumer wanting to grab power. That's what this is about. 70% of the American people believe that having a photo ID, for example, to vote makes sense. They want to unwind what a lot of states are doing now to make our elections more secure.
So can you stop it? I mean, can the Republicans do anything about this? Do you think they're going to be able to get this done and ensure they're in power for as long as possible?
Well, I think we are going to stop it. And we're hearing senators like Joe Manchin, Kyrsten Sinema saying we can't do this. We're not going to blow up the filibuster. This is about a power grab, because if they were successful in doing it, and perhaps this week this vote could happen, it's not just about the takeover of a federal election. This is about D.C. statehood, Puerto Rico statehood, packing the United States Supreme Court. This is about ensuring the Democrats forever control Washington, D.C., and that is the worst thing we could do for this country. That's the fight right now. It's about socialism versus freedom. That's the battle we have in front of us in Washington.
All right, Senator.